7.
You know, you look at numbers like that, when you look at a graphic like that, there's wala naman masyadong difference. Pero when you compound all of those and add them all, that's a 7-point win for Yui at 25-18. That was the difference already.
Yep. These are the things that they look back. Yun yung sayang.
Yep. So when you watch TV and you see the numbers, hindi naman masyadong denominate eh. 4 attack points, 1 block point. Pero pag pinagsama-sama mo lahat talaga, yun yung mangyayari. Right now, it's a brand new set. Let's see if Yui comes up with any kind of surprise for us here. So far, Coach Melissa Gohing, rather, apologizing to the coach for the open spot. The perfectionists that they are, taking something like that very seriously. And that girl right there, we've been watching her for many, many years, takes everything seriously. One of the most intense competitors in the volleyball tournament. Actually, she's turned it down a notch in terms of just the gestures, huh? But I'm sure her competitiveness is still very high.
But in the past, kasi it's very visible. If you can't really see it.
Yep. I guess it comes with maturity na rin and, tempering down. And
her movements.
Yes, and facilitating your emotions the right way. She's more in control now. You remember last year, she wasn't at her best last year, if you remember.
Right.
Compared to the year before. She was not even in the top 3, if I'm not mistaken, of the best liberos.
Could be a factor also that the other liberos really stepped up.
Yeah. Sometimes, back last year, I remember she became very emotional, very, competitive. But now she has learned to really channel it the right way. It doesn't mean that your inner fire has been doused. For sure, ang lakas pa niya, maybe even burning more than ever.
One good example of a player who's like that, but she's never been very expressive as well as Aisa Maizo. Kulang, but you can see that she really delivers.
Correct. The facial expression or the gestures do not show how truly competitive that woman is.
But she is, and she's actually the number 1 in terms of scoring here in the season. And Rosale actually currently ranked number 4, tied with Vargas Cainglet and Lopez.
Lopez on UP.
Yep.
Maizo doesn't even show pain. She tries not to.
Oh yes, even in that last game that we covered, I remember she had back spasms.
2 games of playing with a bad back. She never showed it. Patch Cansana now joins us from the UE side.
Back in the days when Coach Vanjie was still a player, she told me that she was a setter then. And dominance was her thing because as a playmaker, a lot of presence of mind should be in the court because she had to be where the ball should be. And this is exactly where her expectations for the team is coming from, an organized play and dominance in the court. Unfortunately, lumalabas yung pagka-hindi intact ng UE because their communication lines are dead that led to Coach Vanjie shaking of her head. So this set is about talking and anticipation of drop balls because according to Coach, you have to get closer to the net and make sure we don't have holes in the court. Bumanan?
Thank you very much, Patch. Well, if you're UE, obviously you're underdogs here in this game. But the coaches are looking at how you play it also. No? Matatalo kayo, wag naman yung pinamimigay lang or yung parang naglalaro lang.
Of course, for coaches, it's better to win. But if you lose, at least the coaches would see na maganda yung ginagalo niya sa loob ng court. And I guess dun nakikita yung frustration for Coach Vanjie because there were a lot of errors in the first set.
7 to be exact as Mercado unable to put it away. Quintero Sale, cross court. Jack Calarco's there. Esperanza trying to fool them again. Dizon from the back, using the net also, tape of the net. As they get a point here. And they're ahead again early in the set, 6-4, as we check in with Ricky.
You know, it's funny, Boom, you and Anna have been talking about the DLSU squad earlier, how they're so steady and how they've been doing their jobs. Well, let me tell you that is not what Coach Ramil thought after the first set. Coach Ramil criticized the girls blocking, telling them that this is not the time to correct and dapat sa practice ginawa yun. Finally, the girls broke huddle by motivating themselves and telling themselves they would minimize errors in the next sets.
Coach, always the biggest fan, the worst critic. That's how it is. And I'm sure he's pertaining to the fact that again, alam mo namang kaya namang iwanan tong team na to, hindi na iniiwanan. Actually, lamang pa nga Yui ngayon. Lamang Yui kanina nung first set. I'm sure that's what he's talking about.
And even if they won the first set, the score wasn't as low also for
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you do that as a player? Does a coach tell you sometimes, ayaw humigit ng 15 yan? Yung mga ganyan, may mga goal ba kayo na
ganun eh.
gano'n?
Yeah.
Or kayo mga, or when you girls are on the court, you say, oh, wag na natin pa-score na, hanggang ganyan na lang sila. Ayaw. You talk about it that way? Do you want to dominate teams in that fashion?
You know, it might sound bayabang, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, it's not just for LaSalle or for UST or for other team. But yes, I think that's a goal.
Yeah, right, no?
A goal that you set for yourself, for the team, not just to win the game, pero on top of that, you make it even more challenging.
Yes, exactly. Kasi I say that for teams who are able to dominate. Alam mo yung kaya nyo naman yung team. Kaya talunin. So, let's put in another, parang let's spice it up a little bit.
And, well, on top of that, actually, if you... Wow, what a good attack.
Exactly what
Not
we were
good,
talking
but great.
about. Exactly what we were talking about. Just a thing of beauty. That approach, the wrist.
How that angle.
Wonderful point there by Cha Cruz. I say that also because in basketball sometimes, you know, the coaches say, I don't want them to go over 10 points in this quarter, 12 points in this quarter. If we take pride in our defense, let's keep it at the minimum. So parang ganun.
Only with that, I guess on top of that, it also helps in the motion system, eventually, especially if yung team naghahabol.
Oo nga pala. Lest we forget, that plays a role. 8-7 is the score. Back in a moment.